And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with your Sensei Alba. I'm at a nice, comfy spot. I don't have to go anywhere for at least an hour, if not more. So, and I fed myself, so you won't see me slopping up food. Maybe an occasional sip of the coffee. So, what do you think? So, things have been stranger than strange, like since 1947. Since I can remember when we went from the War Department to the Defense Department, right? That's how we say. A nice. Oh. Anyway, I see all these other people getting other things than that I got. It's like, ooh, that looks good. Ooh, that looks good. This is a place where everything is good. Excuse me, miss. Yoo-hoo. We gotta be more moving than that. So, what did you order? I just got a smile. Anyway, so it's a minute and 41 seconds into the show, and let's see. Yesterday's show was kind of interesting. Did anyone see it? Does anyone have any comments on it? They're watching us. Who's watching us?
Highest APYs available. Sign up now and get the first 30 days free.
Life from somewhere has chosen this almost like an airport. They're just landing, taking off at a tremendous pace. This is just crazy.
I think that aliens in outer space don't use rocket ships. They've digitized themselves, placed their consciousness on a laser beam, carrying the digitized souls. We're so stupid, we don't even know that that's how the aliens move from place to place.
Michio Kaku, an American physicist, science communicator, and futurologist, recently in a podcast shared his shocking views about alien life and how they travel.
I think that aliens in outer space don't use rocket ships. They don't use that rocket ships because they crash, they have problems with gamma rays, radiation, food, whatever. They've digitized themselves, placed their consciousness on a laser beam, and there's a laser highway. A laser highway that could be right next to the Earth, for all we know, carrying the digitized souls of civilizations, and we're totally clueless. We're so stupid, we don't even know that that's how the aliens move from place to place.
We are so stupid.
Sadhguru has also spoken many times on alien life. Here, we will share what Sadhguru has spoken on his experience on alien life activities that were happening at Kailash Mansarovar.
So what did you order for yourself?
He observed this during one of his visits to Kailash Mansarovar.
One thing is clear. Here, this we are 100% sure, is there's a tremendous amount of activity in the lake. And this activity is, the nature of the activity is such that it has nothing to do with anything that we know as life on this planet. It's something totally different. It's life, but not the way we know it. I wouldn't call Manasarovar a spiritual place because spirituality is out of human being. These beings, if you can call them that, I don't know what we can call them, whether we can call them beings or things or creatures or what. We have no words for things or happenings which don't belong to our realm of experience. They don't belong to anything that we know as life.
What's your favorite?
So for now, due to lack of words, we'll call them beings.
What's that?
Their nature is nothing to do with who we are and what we are.
Yeah.
on this level at least.
But and you have just the chicken.
So
on,
this is not really a spiritual place, but somehow life from somewhere has chosen this almost like an airport. Just landing, taking off at a tremendous pace. This is just crazy. This doesn't stand to any reason. Why for millions of years, one particular spot on the planet has been used by life which doesn't belong here. Why? And why the same place? And why for so long?
One thing is clear, that in both scientific community and yogic culture, they have experienced beings that are extraterrestrial. There are many theories on alien life that are circulating in scientific community, like black holes could be alien powerhouse, or even one of the Saturn's moons holds potential of alien life. Scientists also say lucid dreaming could be a way to communicate to aliens. An experiment was also conducted on this. Lucid dreaming is where people are partially aware and can control their dreams during sleep. Scientists prompted many lucid dreamers to dream about encounters with aliens or UFOs. What they experienced was real. These people were likely experiencing an extraterrestrial meeting while in lucid dream. Apart from what Michio Kaku said, scientists have various other theories on how aliens can travel through space, like light sails. Here, aliens might use light sails to propel themselves through space. Or wormholes. In this, aliens might use wormholes to avoid the speed of light limit. But the most interesting theory is warp drives, also known as hyperdrives. If aliens could build a warp drive, they could once again be using the fabric of space idea from Einstein's general theory of relativity. The drive doesn't push you through space from one place to another. Instead, it creates a warp bubble that stretches and then relaxes the space-time around you. So there are many such theories on aliens and how they travel through space. Do you think science and spirituality, if combined together, can solve the mysteries of aliens and universe? Do write your opinion on this in the comment section.
Hey, if your partner is being secretive with their phone, you need to do this now. Most people are unaware this simple, yet powerful website exists. If you feel suspicious about a person in your life, you need to do this before it's too late. Just enter their phone number in this app and prepare to be surprised. I wish I knew about this tool sooner, so now I am warning as many people as possible to take my advice. Just click the link, enter their phone number, and brace yourself for what comes next.
Is there any thing that's actually free?
And you take second language, and that adds on top of all you believe. Because I started facing my family. I know.
Yeah. So what do you think?
So when in the last 7 years you were not at work. Yeah. So where have you been? Well, I have 3 kids. Right? But I'm trying to think. So I'm at the rec center. Sundays I play basketball. Okay, that's it. That's it. Did you play basketball? So check this out. I haven't played in a year. Yeah, okay. I played more last year. I just got back in the winter. Like I just started shooting. All right. So after 25-year hiatus, yeah, I started playing only a few times. And I met this young black guy. And we started hanging out. And so we started hanging out. No, but you were there one time where I was picking up the ball, and it was obvious. Like like listening to the older guys that kind of care for the younger guys. And I remember you were good at that. I remember. That's all I do, man. Okay. That's it. It's a good way to make friends.
Anyway.
Yeah. Isn't that a fun way to do that?
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Nice. I'm good. Yeah. That's it.
What is that?
It is with ham on it. She said you have to have that.
No, I'm not going to get that. Okay, I'm not going to get anything more. I've had enough. But I'd love to hear from you guys. You know, what do you think the UFOs are? Right? What do you think is? What do you think of scholastic freedom? What do you think of what the heck you're doing here on this planet? Thank you, Lord,
Yes, but I think
for all these gifts I've received.
And you know, she's also never had a boyfriend.
Come on. This is a live chat. We're supposed to have a conversation.
And so she was like, I'm not. Yeah. And so what she might say is,
try the simple thing, anything you wish will happen. That's this guy here.
Avoid using these verb phrases. It's all right. That's interesting. That's absolutely. You must be clear what is it that you really want. If you do not know what you want,
That's my younger
the
brother.
question of creating it doesn't arise. You might have heard of people for whom they asked for something and beyond all expectations it came
Whoops.
true for them. Generally, this happens to people who are in. Let's say you want to build a house. If you start thinking, oh, I want to build a house. To build a house, I need 50 lakhs, but I have only 50 rupees in my pocket. Not possible, not possible, not possible. The moment you say not possible, you are also saying, I don't want it. So on one level, you're creating a desire that you want something. On another level, you're saying, I don't want it. So in this conflict, it may not happen. You might have heard of people for whom they asked for something and beyond all expectations, it came true for them. Generally, this happens to people who are in faith. Now, someone who has some faith in a god or in a temple or whatever, who is simple-minded. Faith works only for those people who are simple-minded. Thinking people who are too much thinking, for them it never works. A childlike person who has a simple faith in his god or his temple or whatever, he goes to the temple and says, Shiva, I want a house. I don't know how. You must make it for me. Now in his mind, there are no negative thoughts. Will it happen? Will it not happen? Is it possible? Is it not possible? These things are completely removed by this simple act of faith. Now he believes Shiva will do it for him and it will happen. So is Shiva going to come and build your house? No, I want you to understand. God will not lift his little finger for you. What you refer to as God is the source of creation. As a creator, he has done a phenomenal job. There's no question about it. Could you think of a better creation than this? Is it in anybody's imagination to think anything better than what is there right now? So as a creator, he has done his job wonderfully well. But if you want life to happen the way you want it, because right now, the very crux of your happiness and your well-being is this. If at all if you're unhappy, the only reason why you're unhappy is life is not happening the way you think it should happen. That's all it is. So if life is not happening the way you think it should happen, you're unhappy. If life happens the way you think it should happen, you are happy. It's as simple as that. So if life has to happen the way you think it should happen, first of all, how you think, with how much focus you think, how much stability is there in your thought, and how much reverberance is there in the thought process will determine whether your thought will become a reality or is it just an empty thought. Or how you do not create any impediments for your thought by creating negative thought process. This possible, is something possible or not possible, is destroying humanity. What is possible and not possible is not your business, it's nature's business. Your business is just to strive for what you want. Right now you're sitting here. If I ask you two simple questions, I want you to just look at this and answer this. Right now from where you're sitting, can you just fly off? You say no? Right now from where you're sitting, can you get up and walk? You'll say yes. What is the basis of this? Why you say no to flying and yes to walking? Because past experience of life, many times you've gotten up and walked, never did you fly off. Or in other words, you're using the past experience of life as a basis for deciding whether something is possible or not possible. Or in other words, you have decided that what has not happened till now cannot happen in your life in future. This is a disgrace to humanity and the human spirit. What has not happened till now on this planet can happen tomorrow. Human beings are capable of making it happen tomorrow. So what is possible and what is not possible is not your business. That is nature's business. Nature will decide that. You just see what is it that you really want and strive for that. And if your thought is created in a powerful way, without any negativity, without any negative thoughts bringing down the intensity of the thought process, the first and foremost thing is you must be clear what is it that you really want. If you do not know what you want, the question of creating it doesn't arise. Right now the problem with your mind is every moment it is changing its direction. It is like you want to travel somewhere and every 2 steps if you keep changing your direction, the question of you reaching the destination is very remote unless it happens by chance. So organizing our minds fundamentally means moving from a compulsive state of activity to a conscious state of activity.
Have you ever dreamed about living in glorious harmony with nature and like-minded individuals, going off-grid and being self-sufficient, but you just can't figure out where to begin? Too many people are stuck in the rat race, spending thousands every month on rent and food and bills, while their dream of an eco-village life slips away. What if I told you that you could transform from being an exhausted urban dweller to a vibrant member of a sustainable and thriving community? So many people today feel trapped in their 9-to-5 jobs, stuck in a perpetual cycle of earning and spending, longing for a life where they live in harmony with nature and fellow humans, but not knowing how to achieve it. The modern society's push for us to be unconscious consumers is not in sync with our natural state of being, leaving many feeling deeply frustrated and alone. But what if there was a different way? What if you could live in an interdependent community with like-minded individuals, co-creating an abundant world with sovereign sources of food, water, shelter, energy, and currency? This isn't a pipe.
Enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that. You know, you can whine about the goings on in your life. You can whine about the goings on in the world around us. You can whine about anything. What are you going to do about it? You can basically you know, I'm living on borrowed time, and yet I spend most of my time invested Dr. Stephen Greer. He's a good guy. Steve is all right. I knew him in Asheville when he was a emergency room physician, and he had been. It's very interesting how UFOs touch people's lives, and once they touch, you usually are touched at a young age, or even before birth. Your mother or father are augmented, so when you get inseminated, there's a little special sauce in there, and that's us. We are somebody's high school science fair experiment, but your spirit and soul aren't, and so you can really, if you want to, awaken your spirit, awaken your be conscious intent. I am. That's a good little prayer to say all the time. Conscious intent. I am. Conscious intent. I am. I am conscious intent. I am conscious intent. You say it 3 times, and then you say, oh, and you basically become more aware. You're not a slave to your emotional dynamics. You're not. The hormones aren't always saying, "Ooh, look at that butt. Ooh, look at that kiss. Look at that package. Ooh, Or oh, well, why don't they like me? Ooh, I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So wake up to how it works. Know what your 20 is. Know what your 360 is. Help others. The greatest joy you can have is helping others. The greatest joy you can have is being grateful. Right? Having an experience of gratitude, of thanks. Thank you. And God is anything you think it is. It's not like anything that you want to make it. I mean, you can do that, but that's a difficult thing. You wanting to be God, please. I don't want to be God. I'm God's doula. I'm a slave of God. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do, so I constantly say, God, so what am I supposed to do? I say, you got the wheel. I'm just here to help you out. I'm the doula. I do all the work. Go make the soup, clean the sheets, get the towels ready. That's what I do. But what do you do? Are you there thinking about, no. And people go, why do you have anything to do with John Birmingham? Why? Because he is the perfect example of the person who lives in suffering under their own guise. Meaning, I got all this physical stuff wrong with it. And I don't really let it stop me or actually overtake me. This morning, it's a little tough getting out of bed. I do my exercises in bed instead of out of bed. I had to go do my katas, and then but they're changing the air. I don't know if you've noticed that. And there is some heavy fungus in the air all around us. So we are being, or at least our bag of water is, not our consciousness. Your consciousness is untouchable, right? So, but you can let yourself be totally, oh my gosh. Or, okay, God, what should I do next? And that's the way to go through life. Through your whole life, it's not like you're shot out of your mom's hoo-hoo and it's a race to death, right? No. That is just one of the points of reference. It's where you then go on. If you ever watch the series Doctor Who, I mean, he gets, a different body every so often, right? And that's what we do. That's what most of media, most of entertainment is a heads up from the higher planes, right? To say, hey, this is kind of what's going on. What do you think? Right? And so wake up, right? Do something, start a whatever you're passionate about, go do. You don't have to be good at it, just do your best. Right? So it's up to you. Let's see you do it, right? And it's not your place to judge either, right? So, Morgan, all caps, to talk to the amazing, mystical, and sale Bob. Bob, right. So, what's up? What do you think about your life? And what little things do you notice? Do you experience deja vu and that's like God going, yo, wake up, right? So tell me how you're doing, Morgan. Yeah, where do you live? Yes. So where do you live? What do you do? What's your passion? What are you working on? Do you have a job? Do you like your job? I live in Nova Scotia, Canada. That's great. I love the fact, that Donnie said, hey, we're going to, catch you guys. Blah, we hate you Canadians and you're Canadian. See, most people don't realize that Canada is like 5 separate little countries, right? So where you guys are, your king or whatever you call him, prime minister, or not the guy in the federal government, but your locale dude stated, oh, really? You're going to do that? No problem. We're just going to turn off your electricity and gas. And all of the East Coast gets its electricity and gas from Nova Scotia. And they can. In the NAFTA agreement, it states that they can do that. They're not held to anything. Let's call him. Right, that's pretty much every politician is called that because they just work for the man. So you guys teachers?
He's a teacher at App State. I work at the hospital.
Oh, what do you do at the hospital?
Dental surgery.
Oh,
I'm a PA over there.
Oh, you're like what's that guy who at Martin? He was in Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, Steve Martin?
Yeah, Steve Martin.
There you go.
That's you, right? That's you.
Some days.
I used to break my teeth so I could go into the dentist, and he would just put me on nitrous oxide.
Are you serious?
Yes. I was so addicted to nitrous oxide.
Oh, my goodness.
Did you ever see, whipped cream is made from that, right?
Yeah.
So I had a girlfriend, and she was a DJ in the university in West Virginia. And she would I'd be driving to see her, and around 6 a.m, she'd put on Joni Mitchell, Morning, I'm a radio, right? And that was my beam to follow her. So anyway, I was there, and everyone loved her. And the whole football team, we were at a party, and I said, this is boring. Let's go to the supermarket. And they were, what? I said, well, you guys are just drinking. I want to show you something. So we go to the all-night, whatever big supermarket it was, and they had these cases that were open, really good for the environment. It's refrigerating at a big place, right? And they had whipped cream cans this big. So I said, here, boys, you don't shake it, you don't drink, do this. Right? And I had the whole football team obliterated on the floor, and they were like squirting it all over themselves. And
how old were you?
I was 25.
Wow. I've never done that, but I knew people that did.
And
they called it whippets.
Yes, because you can go to a restaurant supply and get the little bottle. Don't put cream in, and there's a little CO2 partition.
Yeah.
Right? I worked in a recording studio called Electric Ladyland, Jimi Hendrix recording studio in New York City. And so I was the guy who made sure everything worked perfectly on every level. before anyone showed up. So I'd be there from midnight to
Behind the scenes.
right. I wasn't quite the engineer, but what I did was more technical than that. They were more the artists. So anyway,
You had to plug it in and make sure it was working.
so upstairs in the green room was like Plato's retreat, and so I came in with like a whole like truckload of whippets because I was going to be there for the weekend, and I didn't do anything. And when they found me, I was downstairs naked, covered in whippet containers.
Wow.
That's still a story people tell in New York City.
Wow. Seems like a rough night.
No, I had a great night. I had a rough
Seems like
night.
a rough next day.
No. That's the beauty of nitrous oxide. It's not like alcohol or heroin or any of that. If you want to say no, it's not that hard to say no. And being naked with these things stuck to my body was a good example of why I shouldn't be doing that anymore.
You didn't order any today.
No. Well, this is 52 years ago. That was then.
You were in New York when hip hop was born.
Oh, before hip hop was born. I helped start CBGBs, Save the Robots. I wired Studio 54. That was my gig, doing recording studios, rich people's places, restaurants, and discotheques. And the contractors would do the hard shit, putting in pipe. I would make it work and be natural. And that's what I did. And I did it all over the world. That was a great thing. And I was a electrician first because everything to me is electric. So, do you know what memetics is? Memetics. Yeah. Shamanism.
I know about what shaman is.
Okay. So what's a shaman?
I would describe a shaman as a spiritual teacher of a community that is able to somehow tap into the spiritual realm or ancestral realm.
Well, that's everything like that. Shaman is, you hit it on teacher. So I am a shamanic, psychosocial, cultural, forensic, anthropologic alchemist. So shaman is a worldview, a window. Right? And that's what psychology is. The person who's going off the deep end, that's because his window is like this, right? And to understand that, you have to understand their sociology, meaning what's their job, what they do, what their hobby, what sexual stuff they like. And you have to understand their culture, where grandma came from, what they have for the holidays, all that kind of stuff. And you have to forensically take the threads apart using the lens of anthropology. It's supposed to be, all those ologies don't work unless you put them together. Then you end up being the alchemist. There's gold, it's in gold.
My favorite book.
Right. So you're basically the it, and the gold is your spirit. And the medics is the tool that the shaman uses because it scientifically,
Like an approach to doing
no,
it.
it's a tool. It's like a screwdriver or a hammer.
Is it a tool?
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's in a spiritual realm.
so it's not physical, it's metaphysical.
No, because we're existing in the illusion. This doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is your spirit. This is a sandbox where you get to play. And that's why people go off the edge. They don't realize you're just here to learn something. And that none of this shit matters. There is no beginning or end. Things aren't linear.
How is it physical? How is that?
Right? You can do this. This is the physical. I live in the real world. Blah 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 blah. No, you don't. You live in the spiritual world. You're a spiritual entity.
Yeah, but is the tool something that can be held, or is it something that
It can be held in the other dimension, not in this one. Right? Because this is all an illusion. So that is the only real. I forgot to, there's so many books that have been written on this. And all religions have that as a taste, but it's the hook. So here's my hook. As a shrinky one, right? People hate shrinks. So I never looked to shrink, right? I never wore a suit. I always looked like this. I never put them in a couch. I put them in a nice chair that they could run out the door. Right? So let's see your hands. On you right now.
Palm with my right hand.
Hand, he doesn't listen. Hand, you right here.
That's a complicated answer. I'll show you this one.
You got to put both up if you're using both. Okay, so when you're Capricorn or a what's the true Gemini?
You call it the Virgo.
Virgo. Oh, so you're always right.
I'm right on the cusp of the one before it, which is Leo.
Leo, right. So you basically really don't like humanity. You're somewhat passive aggressive, but you put on a nice facade of being a good guy, which you actually are.
Facade is something that I really
Right. And so, in the real spiritual sense, you are a good guy.
Okay.
But you're being forced into this happy world that you don't want to be in until you kind of have to play out. You're honest, you're pretty intense, a lot of deja vu, vivid dreams. I didn't tell you which one to bring.
We were looking for
Okay, very good. And so you're very smart, but you have a better intent, meaning common sense. But you, again, push yourself to be good all the time. And your best characteristic is empathy. Sympathy is, oh, that's too bad. Get out of my way, I'm in a rush. Empathy is, man, I've been there. That's you. The one thing you gotta watch out for is you worry way too freaking much. Stop it. Is it a good hobby? No. Good habit? No. But it is a habit. Sometimes work the habit. Every time, and anxiety is like a light switch. It doesn't happen like that. It kind of creeps up on you. So when you you go, God, yo, what should I do here? Take the lead. Constantly in the real world. It doesn't matter. Whatever you think God did, right? Has a religious motive, right? Has that personal conscious intent. Okay, you're next.
No, I'm good.
So you had a Cubano sandwich. That's what that was.
I had a what?
Cubano sandwich.
I don't know. I got whatever the lady told me.
Yeah, so it had ham and cheese and pickle, right?
Yeah, what did you order?
Oh, I'm a person of habit. I have great quiches here. I had a quiche. They also have great soups. And when you're trying to get creative, so I just had a quiche with sticky bun. I have really good sticky buns. I made a fortune at sticky buns.
I never heard that sentence.
Yeah, I was teaching at Cornell, and I had this crazy wild girlfriend who was, a student of mine, but she was a great baker. So I was also an electrician for this electric company where I would do all the stuff that they would or I would go there before they. So this guy owned this building right on the main grid. It's like the size of the table here, right? So he couldn't rent it out. So let me have that. And it was just good enough to put an electric oven in. This girl would make all these sticky bits, put them on the trays. We get there around 5:30, put them in there, and roll the thing out into the street. The smell of the sticky buns went everywhere. We made $1,500 every day. It cost us all of like $8 to make them. But we had this audience that were all going to work, and they were always going to walk right by the smell like, we had pretty good coffee. If we had a summit, we made the coffee somewhere else. We just knocked it out, and by noon, we were done with $1,500 in our pocket. 5 in the morning till that's the way to work. And I would crack jokes and read people's songs, and they go, "Don't you keep up there? What are you doing here?" I said, "Earning more money."
You gotta go.
What's your meeting?
Up my office.
So he's going there for teeth?
He's got to get back to work here real soon.
So I don't ever have to get back to work. Even when I work, I don't have to get back to work.
All right, you have a good day.
Later, boys. And look up the medics.
Okay. I got a lot more of your vibe than you might think.
I know, I saw it all. But one last thing before you go. You have your phone on.
Yes, sir.
Go put in Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Owl Pop. Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Owl Pop. And hit it.
How do you spell Sensei what?
Sensei Owl, O-W-L.
Oh, the animal.
And Mount, B-O-B.
Okay.
So you got me?
Yeah, I got it.
Subscribe.
That's you?
That's me. Subscribe.
Thank you.
I've got about 2,000 shows. Anyway, so that's fun, right? That's what I do. Let's see. What are you guys saying here? I had one guy where he's talking someone. Just that's right. That is so right. And see, Morgan, you twitched straight on it. But did you listen to our conversation, right? And the guy was autistic, and you didn't even see him. Very good, Morgan. You get a star, right? That's what this show is about. Not the same old thing, right? That's like my friend back there. And they're going to come and throw me out soon. But I have an appointment in another half hour, so why should I go anywhere else? I can get unlimited coffee and have a nice bathroom. And I can talk to you. Let's call him. So anyway, we are days away from the new wacko, insane, well, the insane clown party has been in charge for the last 16,000 years, right? And we have had tremendous, culture before us. We are not the top of the ladder, not even close. We are at the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, so autistic. So that's what I like. I like to hear from people. So I like to hear from you, right? So all I can say is that they keep looking at me like he's still there. I got here when there was nobody here. Put in my order, and then I tried to order something. I never spend money here. So what else is you still there, Morgan? You're still no. There's only one person left. 2 thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up. And my neighbor's Wi-Fi doesn't work, so I can't when I drive. Normally, I would drive from being out and about, and I would go up this driveway and tag onto you guys and see what you're up to. But I really don't. And since the road is gone, the 2 state roads around me, it takes me an extra 40 miles to get out to go to anywhere. So usually it's 18 miles to get here. I had to drive 58 miles just to talk. Well, I did have a nice speech. I'm going to go see 3 or 4 other people, meaning I have to do a number of things all at once. Right? It's interesting. Everyone's looking at me, and I'm ignoring them completely. Next time I come to the province, you can only stay here 30 minutes. Well, it is lunch hour. It's 12:30. So I'll be a nice guy since nobody's here listening or watching. Morgan, come back again. All of you guys, come on back. See, I don't have the internet up in the deep green, so I'm kind of stuck. I mean, normally I'd be talking to you all night long, but I can't do that. So it's what it is. And it's all good. All right. So the guy I talked to, and I said he was passive aggressive. I didn't see the other side of his hand first. I guess I should start doing that. Because he's not truly passive aggressive, but he's scared of people. And he has to deal with people all the time. And his buddy's a dentist who like makes people scream. It's like, so what do I got to say to you guys? 44 minutes and 52 seconds. When it gets to 45 minutes and 55 seconds, I think I might bail, unless somebody else jumps in and says hello. Otherwise, hello. 45 and 12. So, let's see, maybe I'll try out Morgan.
You also get fried bread and
So anybody, so I try to get who they are off their little thing. Doesn't say. Anyway, if you want to talk to me personally, get a hold of me at the Dudaway42 at Gmail, Dudaway42 at Gmail, Dudaway42 at Gmail. And so the boss keeps wanting to come over and tell me get lost. So I gotta pick up on that. Gotta be sensitive. So anyway, anyone want to throw something in my? I tried to get my PayPal rejiggered. I think I did. So anybody wants to throw something in PayPal, that's again the Dudaway42 at Gmail. The Dudaway42 at Gmail. All small, all one thing. The Dudaway42 at Gmail. Okay. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile.